morning to all of you. On behalf of Makhalal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, participants and research scholars from across the world to the ICAN6 International Conference organized by DME Media School in collaboration with School of Communications and Creative Arts and Education, Deakin University, Melbourne, Australia, and Makhalal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication. I would also extend a special welcome to our eminent guests of the inaugural session, Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary, Strategic Advisor, Daffodil University, Dhaka, Bangladesh, Dr. Jyotika Ramprakash, Professor, Journalism and Media Management, School of Communication, University of Miami, USA, Dr. Ambrish Saxena, Professor and Dean, DME Media School, and Professor K.D. Suresh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Makhalal Chaturvedi University, Bhopal. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. We are privileged to have such distinguished academicians from across the globe who have significantly contributed to their respective fields and continue to inspire countless individuals worldwide. Let us all give them a warm round of applause. We are also honored to have all of you with us today as we embark on this incredible journey of knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. Now, I would like to invite our guests for the lamp lighting ceremony. ICAN is the most distinct media conference in terms of number of days, number of technical sessions, and number of deliberation-based sessions. No other educational institution of the world organizes such an extended and value-loaded conference. The idea of this unique research-based conference was mooted by Dr. Ambrish Saxena in 2018. In the very first year of the conference, it was organized twice with exceptional success. This is the 6th edition of the conference, and all the editions have witnessed large number of delegates and experts from different parts of the world. Continuing its legacy, ICAN6, hosted by Makhalal Chaturvedi University, will serve as a platform for experts, researchers, and professionals to discuss breakthroughs, share experiences, and foster meaningful connections. The theme of ICAN6 is Identity, Culture, Agenda-Driven Newscast. We have an exciting lineup of panel discussions and 3 parallel technical sessions and more than 50 paper presentations throughout the day to explore deeper into specific areas of interest and interact with our distinguished experts from various domains. The Vice Chancellor of Makhalal Chaturvedi University, Professor Dr. K.D. Suresh, sir, is the driving force behind this event today. And he is also the driving force behind many such initiatives which have established our university as a center of excellence in the field of media education. Under his able leadership, the university is committed to foster teaching and learning, research and discovery, innovation and creativity, understanding and engagement, service and outreach. Now, I would request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh, sir, to welcome our guest, Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary, with shawl, shrifle, and memento as a token of our gratitude on behalf of DME and Makhalal Chaturvedi University. I would request, sir, to welcome our special guest, Dr. Jyotika Ramprakash, with shawl, shrifle, and memento. to welcome Dr. Ambrish Saxena. Dr. Ambrish Saxena is a journalist turned media educator. As a media practitioner, he has worked on all media platforms, print, radio, television, film, and digital during his long career. As a media educator, he has worked in educational institutions of repute. At present, he is Professor and Dean in DME Media School at Delhi Metropolitan Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi. He is also Director of DME Studios and Production and International Relations. Dr. Saxena has Master's degree in 4 subjects: Political Science, Journalism, Mass Communication, Law and Management. He has more than 60 books to his credit as sole author, main author, chapter writer, editor, and co-editor. He has presented more than 60 papers in national and international conferences. He has guided and has been supervising 20 PhD and MPhil students. He has been associated with more than 20 universities as external expert in academic council and other bodies. Dr. Saxena is Secretary of Global Media Education Council. He is also a member of the International Association of Media and Communication Research. He has visited several countries in 5 continents, prominently the US, China, Australia, Spain, France, Portugal, UAE, Egypt, and Maldives in pursuance of his academic interests. Sir, I would like to invite you.
All the dignitaries on the dais, Professor K.G. Suresh, Vice Chancellor of Motilal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary, who is a versatile personality, and right now he is working with Daffodil University, Bangladesh, Dhaka. Professor Jyotika Ramaprasad, who is a known researcher and communicator who has come all the way from USA to be part of ICAN. She was there in the inaugural function in June in Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida. And today also she obliged us to be there in this inaugural function. So I'm obliged to all these people, and also the people who have been working from behind in my team, in the team of Delhi Metropolitan Education, and also in Motilal Chaturvedi University. And I would like to make a mention definitely of Dr. Pavitra Srivastava, who has been providing tremendous support in realizing this whole session today. Also Professor Divakar Shudha, who obliged us to be part of this venture today. As far as the whole concept of ICAN is concerned, it was a very, very small idea to have a national level conference, as normally in all educational institutions. We in academics and research, we try to have at least some conference, if not very regularly, off and on, wherein some researches can be presented, some discussions can follow. So that is how I came up with this idea when I was not even part of Delhi Metropolitan Education. I was working with the Z group that time, but I gave this idea, it clicked, and right from the first year since UNESCO came to our support, Professor K.G. Suresh was the Director General of Indian Institute of Mass Communication. He came for our support, and he has been incidentally been with ICAN with me in this academic venture right from the beginning. So that is how the first international conference happened. Then there were ups and downs. The COVID came in 2020, and then, but then that helped us in the way that we have to turn to the online mode, which was a blessing in disguise. Instead of having a 3-day conference, we turned that conference in 10 days because there were no parallel sessions would be possible. At one time, one session was there, so the whole conference turned out to be a 10-day conference, so that eventually became the first 10-day digital conference in media particularly. I searched, there is no such conference, still there is no such conference, which is for 10 days. So, and then since it had to be extended for 3 months because of COVID, it wasn't planned in the 3rd week of March only when the national lockdown happened. And we were clueless what to do at the 11th hour, so we postponed it for 10 days, then another 10-15 days. Eventually we realized that this lockdown is not easily to be lifted, and we converted it into an online thing. And almost 220 papers were received and presented in that conference. It was really a very huge number. So since that time, another year also it was online. Then we converted in 2022, last year, in a hybrid mode wherein some sessions are in online, some sessions are in offline or in the physical space this year also. And what I and my team try to do every year, we try to add something new, something valuable to the conference. I don't want that this conference continue to be a conference which is a stale thing and which is a boring thing. Normally this is something which happens in most of the conferences, that it becomes customary and very conventional to do the things. And since the collaborators have been, the number have been huge right from the beginning, Deakin University, Melbourne, Australia has also been with us right from the beginning, and their resource persons have always been available to be part of the conference, taking different sessions. And international organizations also, like UNESCO has been there. 2 conferences have been supported by ICSSR. This year, this ICAN6 is also being supported by ICSSR. So we thought that why not to involve the partners in more active mode, so it does not remain the mere collaboration that the names are there on the posters or on the brochure. So that is how I requested Professor K.G. Suresh to help in this task, and he obliged, and that is how this conference is happening in Makalal University today. And with the help of Professor Gujal Chaudhary, we also succeeded to have the valedictory and the final leg of this conference in Daffodil University, Dhaka. So that is how, and I think this is completely an innovative model, but it's working because in today's time when it's almost clear, should be clear to everybody, I believe, that no individual or no one institution can do all the things. Once we join hands at the institutional level, at the individual level, then obviously any task will become easy. So that is what we are trying to do, though it's taxing, no doubt. We started in June and now is July, and then in August we are holding it in Dhaka. But then that's part of the game. Since we are into this profession, we should always try to disseminate of whatever information, whatever knowledge we have, so that there is more sharing, more hand-holding. So that's the basic object. And today also there are 3 parallel sessions, as we know, which is again not an easy thing because what I believe and what I have been doing earlier, that in a technical session, if there are 5, 6, 7 papers, then we get more time to have discussion and deliberation. But then we can't help as far as the number is concerned this time. So in one session, the number might be 12, 13, 14. So it may linger on for more time than we have planned, the 90-minute session, maybe 2 hours or 2.5 hours. But then if we are into that sharing mode mentally, wherein we can have exchange, we can listen to good ideas, good presentations, and we can contribute as a participant also by asking questions or to communicate whatever we think on a certain subject on which the presentation is being made. And I hope with everybody's help, coordination, and all like-minded people working together, we will take a conference to newer heights wherein it will serve a greater purpose in media academics and research. Thank you all.
for sharing your mission and vision with us. ICAN indeed offers a platform for exciting discussions and exchange of knowledge. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Sushmita Bala, Head Media School and Chief Associate Convener of ICAN6, to give us a brief of the technical sessions.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody present here, Respected Vice Chancellor and other dignitaries. माखनलाल चतुर्वेदी विश्वविद्यालय भोपाल के प्रांगण में आकर मुझे बेहद प्रसन्नता है और ये बताने और जताने में कि ICAN6 कॉन्फ्रेंस के पब्लिकेशन प्रेजेंटेशन में आरंभ से लेकर अभी तक की यात्रा किस तरह से आगे बढ़ी। अभी तक ICAN यात्रा के 5वें पड़ाव तक हम लोग 24 बुक्स पब्लिश कर चुके हैं और ICAN6 में भी लगभग 4 या 5 पुस्तकें प्रकाशित होंगी। मुझे अत्यधिक प्रसन्नता है कि प्रत्येक कॉन्फ्रेंस में हम हिंदी की बुक जरूर पब्लिश करते हैं, जो हम सभी के लिए बहुत गौरव की बात है। हिंदी को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हमारा यह प्रयास रहता है कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स हिंदी में एब्स्ट्रैक्ट लिखें और यह टीचर्स की मदद से होता है। हम कोशिश करते हैं कि प्रेजेंटेशन उनके हों और आज भी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो हिंदी में प्रेजेंटेशन करेंगे। ICAN फेज 1 में 11 टेक्निकल सेशन हुए थे, जिसमें 145 एब्स्ट्रैक्ट हमें मिले थे। ICAN6 फेज 2 में जो यहाँ MCU में और DIU में शेड्यूल है, उसमें MCU में 3 समानांतर सत्रों में 45 एब्स्ट्रैक्ट का प्रेजेंटेशन होगा। इसी तरह डैफोडिल इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी बांग्लादेश ढाका में प्रेजेंटेशन होंगे, जिसमें टोटल पब्लिकेशन जो होने वाले हैं वो लगभग 200 हैं। डैफोडिल यूनिवर्सिटी ढाका से में 2 टेक्निकल सेशन होंगे जो प्लानिंग में हैं, तो लगभग हमारे को 200 एब्स्ट्रैक्ट प्राप्त हो जाएंगे और इस तरह से टोटल सेशन जो हैं वो ऑनलाइन सेशन 7 होंगे और ऑफ साइट 11 होंगे। महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में न केवल टीचर्स, रिसर्च स्कॉलर प्रेजेंटेशन करते हैं, जो अभी ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स, जिन्होंने अभी मीडिया रिसर्च पढ़ा भी नहीं है, उनके लिए बहुत एफर्ट्स करने पड़ते हैं जो हमारे फैकल्टी मेंबर्स ने किए हैं। और इसमें काफ़ी स्टूडेंट हैं जो आपको यहाँ पे भी दिखाई देगा, टेक्निकल सेशन में प्रेजेंटेशन करने वाले हैं, काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स कर चुके हैं। तो ये एफर्ट बहुत बड़ा एफर्ट मैं मानती हूँ कि स्टूडेंट्स जो ग्रेजुएशन लेवल पे काम कर रहे हैं वो प्रेजेंटेशन करें और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट प्रेजेंटेशन करें। तो जो यहाँ जो करने वाले हैं, इसके अलावा मैं इस यूनिवर्सिटी के उन सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देती हूँ और उनके लिए आभार प्रकट करती हूँ जिन्होंने हमें यहाँ बुलाया और हम लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है इस यूनिवर्सिटी में आके। हम आगे भी अपनी यात्रा जारी रखेंगे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ma'am. We are really happy to have all of you with us. Now I would like to call upon Professor Ashish Chatterjee to give us a brief of DME's newsletter.
Good morning, everyone. Journalism at DME. The 119th edition of interactive fortnightly newsletter published since 2016. The newsletter is being written and designed by the students with the help of the faculty members or under the guidance of our faculty members. This is the only newsletter taken out by any media school, college or university which is published fortnightly consistently. This is an interactive newsletter in which the authors' names are linked with their LinkedIn profiles. The news stories are hyperlinked to the YouTube videos of the related events. This particular issue contains information about all the sessions held in the first phase of ICAN6 from 19 to 22nd June. Now I invite the dignitaries on the dais and of course Professor Susmita Bala, Professor Diwakar Shukla and Dr. Kiran Bala, please come to the dais and unveil this issue.
Inaugural and welcome speech. Before I call him on stage, I would like to give his brief introduction. Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh is a noted journalist, columnist, educationist, socio-political commentator and communication strategist. He is currently serving as Vice Chancellor, Motilal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication. He has also served as the Director General of Indian Institute of Mass Communication, India's premier media rating institution, and also as Senior Consulting Editor with Doordarshan News, India's public news broadcaster. He has also worked as the Founder Dean, School of Modern Media, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, UPES Dehradun, Editorial Consultant with Asianet News Network, Chief Political Correspondent with PTI and Group Media Advisor to Dalmia Bharat Enterprises. He is the recipient of the prestigious Ganesh Shankar Vidyarthi Award for his outstanding contribution to journalism at the Kendriya Hindi Sansthan Ministry of Education, Government of India. He was earlier designated Commonwealth Youth Ambassador for Peace by Commonwealth Youth Programme, Asia.
Thank you very much. Very distinguished speakers on the dais, Professor Jyotika Ram Prasad from the University of Miami, Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary from Daffodils University, Dhaka, and Dr. Amrish Saxena from Delhi Metropolitan Education, IP University. I also would like to mention the presence of Professor Avinash Bajpai, Registrar, Dr. Pavitra Srivastav, who is the convener for this MCU edition of this conference, Professor P. Shashikala and Dr. Monica Verma, who I would say make sure that this becomes very relevant for our researchers and our faculty members. And of course, the entire team MCU, very eminent professors of MCU who are present here, including Professor Sanjay Dwivedi. I also see Dr. Arti Saran, Dr. Maheshwari, and Dr. Kiran Bala, who is here from Anurachna International University, Professor Diwakar Shukla from Jagran Lake City University, and all esteemed faculty members, research scholars and dear students. आप सभी का एशिया के पहले और भारतवर्ष के सबसे बड़े मीडिया विश्वविद्यालय में स्वागत है। आप सबका झीलों की नगरी भोपाल में स्वागत है। आप सबका हिंदुस्तान का दिल मध्य प्रदेश में स्वागत है। We are indeed honored to have you, all of you, at this beautiful Makhanpuram campus of Motilal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication. I would like to briefly, because since many of you are coming here for the first time or coming to the university for the first time, I would like to very briefly tell you about our university We are a 30-year-old, 3 decades old university. We have 5 campuses, including 3 brand new campuses. You are currently in our Makanpuram campus, where we shifted only in January. We have another beautiful campus in Riva, where also we shifted only recently. Riva is in the Vindhyachal region of Madhya Pradesh. We have a new campus in Datia, which is in the Delhi-NCR region of Madhya Pradesh. And we have a campus in Khandwa, which is the Karma Bhumi of our inspiration, Dada Pandit Makhanlal Chaturvedi. That's in the Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh. Apart from that, we have 1,500 affiliated colleges, associated study institutions. We have a student strength of 1,23,000. That's our student strength. Of course, the UTD strength is certainly, much lower, but I am talking about our presence across the country. We have affiliated colleges in Delhi, we have affiliated colleges in Bangalore, Mumbai. So, this apart, I would like to tell you that we have introduced the national education. We were one of the first universities in the country to roll out the national education policy. Though we are known as a journalism university, we are a multidisciplinary university. We have AICTE approved courses in management, in computer sciences. In fact, our computer science department was the first in the country to start a Bachelor in Computer Applications program. In fact, if today in every village of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, the credit for taking computer education to every nook and corner of these 2 states and some states, elsewhere in the country, goes to Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University. We have of late, we have diversified into cinema studies, again headed by Professor Pavitra Srivastava. We offer right from diploma to UG, PG and PhD programs. We have a Department of Indian Languages where we are promoting Indian languages. I'm sure that you will enjoy your stay in this campus. You will enjoy the meditation center. You will also, for our special guests, we have also opened our Lakshit Borphukan Vyayam Shala, or the gymnasium we have, where we have lovely swimming pool and gym facilities. So I'm sure that you will enjoy your stay in this campus. Friends, as Dr. Amrish Saxena mentioned, I have been part of this ICAN initiative right from the outset. When I was the Director General at Indian Institute of Mass Communication, we became an academic partner. But I really appreciate the way generally, institutions are very, very possessive about their brands. If ICAN is a brand which has been started by DME, they generally don't share. This is the first time when I am seeing Dr. Amrish, Professor Sushmita Bala, and their entire team taking ICAN to every nook and corner of the country. So ICAN, the whole idea is that ICAN, of course the credit goes to DME, its management, but ICAN is today an independent platform which has gained acceptance across the country and the world. And that's why this time ICAN is being hosted not just in Delhi, NCR, not just in Bhopal, but also in Dhaka. So it has assumed the contours of an international conference. Usually international conference means you have some international delegates coming, but actually making it international by traveling to different parts of the country is a unique model that Dr. Saxena has started. But what is the objective? Why NCU decided to host this conference? Because we felt that in the heart of India, in Bhopal, in the beautiful lake city of Bhopal, where we have a lot of ample opportunities for media and media education, where we have some of the finest institutions, it's important to give an international exposure to our students and scholars. Research, as I mentioned yesterday in the pre-conference session, led by Professor Jyotika also, that has become very important for us under the National Education Policy 2020, and also as institutions, our identity should be the kind of research that we are doing, not just teaching and learning. So in view of that, it's important that, and I totally agree that it's no more the era of competition. There is no point in reinventing the cycle. You know, the wheel, reinventing the wheel. It's important that we cooperate and we collaborate. ये सहयोग का समय है और इसमें प्रतिस्पर्धा का नहीं, सहयोग की आवश्यकता है। हम सब यहाँ बैठ के दिल्ली और ढाका में क्या हो रहा है, मियामी में क्या हो रहा है, ये हम नहीं समझ सकते हैं, लेकिन जब मियामी, ढाका, भोपाल में आ जाता है, तो उन देशों में क्या हो रहा है, उस क्षेत्र में क्या हो रहा है, उस खित्ते में क्या हो रहा है, इसके बारे में हमको जो है जानकारी मिलती है। So it's important because they are sharing their experiences. Yesterday I would like to mention Professor Amrish and Professor Ujjwal. I mean, Dr. Jyotika mentioned something very important. The need to decolonize research. I think that is very beautiful. कि हम लोग आज भी उस पश्चिम के प्रभाव में इतने हम लोग ग्रस्त हैं कि हमारे साइटेशंस में हम कितने पश्चिम को साइट करते हैं, उसको क्या हमारे देश के लिए एक छोटा सा आबादी, आपने यही बताया कि अमेरिका की आबादी, जो कि आप अमेरिका में कार्यरत हैं, लेकिन आप ये कह रहे थे कि अमेरिका में आपके पूरे विश्व का आप 2 या 3% आबादी है, उनके लिए जो रिसर्च एप्लीकेबल है वो भारत जहां आपका 138 करोड़ या 142 करोड़ लोग हैं, उस पर आप कैसे लागू कर सकते हैं? हमारा अपना शोध होना चाहिए. Our reference point should be there, but for that we need scientific research, quality research. That's important. और कहीं ना कहीं हम यहाँ प्रयास इन collaborations के माध्यम से, इसका एकमात्र उद्देश्य ये है कि how we come together, bring the best minds, give the best exposure to our students and scholars, so that they get connected. अभी मैं देख रहा था कि प्रोफेसर अमरीश और प्रोफेसर सुष्मिता आप ICAN6 के कॉन्फ्रेंस में लियोन में गए हुए थे. डॉक्टर उज्जवल चौधरी जो हैं, आपको लगातार पूरा विश्व भ्रमण, मार्को पोलो के बाद अगर दुनिया में कोई भ्रमण कर रहा है तो वो प्रोफेसर उज्जवल चौधरी. तो कभी वो वियतनाम में है, कभी वो मतलब और बहुत गर्व महसूस होता है कि एक भारतीय को इतना सम्मान पूरे विश्व भर में मिल रहा है. एक भारतीय एकेडमिक को, बिजनेसमैन जाते हैं, व्यापारी जाते हैं, वो सब अपनी जगह, लेकिन उनको सुनने के लिए पूरे विश्व में जो है वो बुलाए जाते हैं. दुबई में, ढाका में, काठमांडू में, पूरे विश्व में, अफ्रीका में, कंबोडिया में, ये सब पिछले 6 महीने के मैं गिनवा रहा हूँ. So we are really privileged that ऐसे लोग हमारे बीच में जो है आए हैं, अपना अनुभव साझा कर रहे हैं और हमें बता रहे हैं कि विश्व में इस वक्त क्या हो रहा है और हमको उसके अनुकूल अपनी तैयारियां, क्योंकि अब वो समय आ गया है जब हम कुएं के मेंढक से निकलकर हम जो है उस विशाल ज्ञान का समुद्र जो है उसको समझने का प्रयास करें. ये वैश्विक स्तर पर आज शोध में क्या हो रहा है, एकेडमिक्स में क्या हो रहा है, उसके लिए इस तरह के अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कॉन्फ्रेंसेस बहुत जरूरी है। और मैं समझता हूं कि ICAN एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां अंतर्राष्ट्रीय ऐसे विषयों को लेकर चर्चाएं होती है जो पूरे विश्व में चर्चा का विषय है। अब इसी बात का कॉन्फ्रेंस का थीम देख लेते हैं। ICAN, ये हर वर्ष इसका थीम बदलता रहता है। कभी यही ICAN जो है, ये C जो है वो सिनेमा बन जाता है। इस वर्ष वो इन आइडेंटिटी, आज आइडेंटिटी इश्यूज को लेकर पूरे दुनिया में जो है चर्चा है। अभी आपको याद होगा जो हमने US कॉन्सुलेट जनरल, विशेषकर जो हमारे माखनलाल से जुड़े सभी संकाय और शोधार्थी हैं, अभी US से जो है ग्रेग न्यूयॉर्क यूनिवर्सिटी से हमारे पास एक विशेषज्ञ आए थे। उन्होंने हमको बताया व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन आइडेंटिटी एंड प्रोफाइल। उस आइडेंटिटी आज पूरे विश्व में चर्चा का विषय है। इस सबको अपने आइडेंटिटी के बारे में, मैं कौन, मेरा हर एक नेशनल आइडेंटिटी, आई एम इंडियन, I work in the state of Madhya Pradesh, I am an academician, I am a journalist, I am so and so, ऐसे फिर मेरा एक लैंग्वेज का आइडेंटिटी है, मेरा एक कल्चर का आइडेंटिटी है, मल्टीपल आइडेंटिटीज आते हैं। लेकिन इस आइडेंटिटीज को बचा के भी रखना है। हम वैश्विक स्तर पर हम देख रहे हैं किस तरह की परेशानियां हो रही है आइडेंटिटीज को लेकर, लैंग्वेजेस को लेकर। हमने देखा, आप ढाका से उज्जवल जी आए हैं, इंटरनेशनल मदर लैंग्वेज डे आज भी 21 फरवरी 21 February is still celebrated across the world as the International Mother Languages Day। क्या था? जब टू नेशन थ्योरी बना था तब ये बताया गया था कि रिलीजियंस की वजह से आप एक नेशन बन जाते हैं, लेकिन the creation of Bangladesh shows that culture and language is far more important। कि नहीं, हमारी आइडेंटिटी अलग है, हम और आप एक नहीं हो सकते हैं। आप हमको मोनो उसमें नहीं ला सकते हैं। कल्चर की बात है, हम सबके जो है कल्चर को भी प्रोटेक्ट करना है। एजेंडा ड्रिवन, क्या एजेंडा है? वो आइडेंटिटी और कल्चर का ही नहीं है। बिजनेस एजेंडास को लेकर आज मीडिया में जो है कई ऐसे मीडिया हाउसेस हैं और कई ऐसे मीडिया हाउसेस हैं जो शुद्ध रूप से they belong to, in states like Kerala, in states like Tamil Nadu, you have channels, television channels which belong to political parties। पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज अपना चैनल्स चलाते हैं, तो आप उनसे क्या निष्पक्षता का उम्मीद रख सकते हैं, यू नो। और फिर एजेंडा, कोई अपना कॉर्पोरेट एजेंडा को लेकर चल रहा है, इसमें क्रॉस मीडिया ओनरशिप जैसे विषय आता है, यू नो। द सेम मीडिया हाउस is having monopoly on digital, on television, on print. These are issues which we need to talk about. And news itself. And every conference ICAN has a sub-theme in every institution. So when it was held at Manoratna, then the theme was on public health communication. Post-COVID public health communication has become very important. हम लोग बहुत, मैं तो कहता हूं कि कोविड का बहुत नेगेटिविटी था, लेकिन कोविड का अगर एक सकारात्मक पक्ष मीडिया की दृष्टि से रहा तो वो ये रहा कि मीडिया अब हेल्थ और एजुकेशन की तरफ ज्यादा ध्यान देने लगा है। हेल्थ के इश्यूज को लोग पढ़ना चाहते हैं, लोग अपने हेल्थ के बारे में चिंतित है। पब्लिक हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को फोकस में आ गया है, प्राइमरी हेल्थ केयर सेंटर्स के कंडीशंस को बारे में, यू नो। टुडे देयर इज अ रिन्यूड इंटरेस्ट। सो जो सिंगल डिजिट में जो कवरेज का परसेंटेज था वो अब डबल डिजिट में आ गया है हेल्थ और एजुकेशन, क्योंकि अब बहुत सारे स्टोरीज ऐसे आ गए हैं जो हेल्थ रिलेटेड है, जिसमें लोगों का एक रिन्यूड इंटरेस्ट आ गया है। और हमने अपने विश्वविद्यालय में हमने थीम सेलेक्ट किया जिस पर इसके बाद पैनल डिस्कशन होगा, वो है मीडिया साक्षरता, media literacy, because these are all linked. You cannot, you know, see these issues in isolation. तो ये जो आइडेंटिटी, कल्चर, एजेंडा ड्रिवन, इन सबसे जुड़ा हुआ है आपका पूरा डिसइंफॉर्मेशन और डिसइंफॉर्मेशन का पूरा जो एक फेनोमेना है। You have to see it, you know, from a holistic perspective. Now, this is about fake content, fake narratives, and ये जो है इसका सबसे बड़ा solution है media literacy, which is different from media education. Every citizen in this country should be media literate, because right from the age of 5 to the age of 95, you are getting exposed to media like anything. So the importance of media literacy in a country like ours, where after the advent of digital media, people are exposed to information overdose, or what you call an infodemic, where you are unable to distinguish between the correct information and fake content. So we need to talk about that. So I am glad that this conference is taking place here. I am sure it's going to benefit everybody, and particularly our students, our scholars, our faculty members, who will get to interact with faculty members from across the globe who are here. ये सबसे बड़ा हमें opportunity है, और मैं समझता हूँ कि उसके लिए जो बीच का जो चाय है वो भी बहुत important है. उसमें सिर्फ हम अपने ग्रुप्स में चाय ना पिएं, हम अपनी डिपार्टमेंट में चाय ना पिएं, आप प्रोफेसर ज्योतिका के साथ चाय पिएं, आप प्रोफेसर अमरीश के साथ चाय पिएं. अमरीश जी भी डीएमबी के साथ नहीं बैठेंगे, जो है उज्जवल जी भी अपने टीम के साथ नहीं बैठेंगे. हम सब ये ब्रेकआउट सेशंस में होंगे, उसमें हम सब अलग अलग लोगों से मिलेंगे, एक दूसरे से पहचानेंगे, अपना नेटवर्किंग करेंगे, exchange करेंगे, और you will all, because the whole idea is that let us widen our horizons. International और national conferences और seminars का उद्देश्य ये है कि हमारा जो फलक है, हमारा जो canvas है, उसको हम कितना विस्तार दे सकते हैं. That is the whole idea. And well, we will also be, Professor Bala, Sushmita Bala mentioned about publication. We will also be happy to contribute to the publication process. We have our director in charge of publication, Dr. Rakesh Pandey, who is here. We can have discussions in that regard also. I do not want to, since this is supposed to be an inaugural address, I would like to conclude here. We would like to listen to our experts from, our international experts from Miami and Dhaka. And once again, if there is any inconvenience that you have faced, I apologize for the same. Our effort is to make your stay comfortable here. And please let us know, please let Professor Srivastav know, Pavitra Srivastav, in case you are facing any kind of problem, we are here to help you to make this a memorable event for all of you. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir. Your positivity, passion, dedication and wisdom always motivates us. And it is an honor for our university to have you as our Vice Chancellor. Our next distinguished speaker for this inaugural session is Dr. Jyotika Ramaprasad. Before I invite her on the dais, I would like to give a brief introduction. Yes. Dr. Jyotika Ramaprasad is a professor in the School of Communication at the University of Miami. Her major teaching, research and outreach interests are global in scope, with a particular focus on Africa and Asia, and are centered on communication for social change theory and practice as well as journalism studies. Her work has addressed social justice issues in health and environment, working with marginalized communities and non-profits in local settings, and to identify problems, conduct research, and develop culturally relevant communication interventions, at times followed by evaluation. Recently, she has become interested in indigenous people, their epistemologies and their modes of communication, as well as communication about them, situated within a critical theory approach of power dynamics. Dr. Ramaprasad has also employed her journalism studies, research and outreach to speak to the role journalists can play in social change. Ma'am, I would like to invite you for your speech.
Namaste, everyone. I want to start with saying that yesterday and today, both days, I had to follow your distinguished Vice Chancellor. And that's a very hard act, right? I mean, he's an excellent speaker. He gets facts right on the button. And so I'm going to try, but I'm not sure that I'll succeed as well as he always does. So first of all, greetings and gratitude to all of you. All of the dignitaries here, as well as all the people here who have worked behind the scenes to make this conference successful. I'm very, very grateful for the hospitality I have received here. And particularly want to thank Professor Srivastava, who's been round the clock with me, helping me with whatever. But in the process, I don't want to forget that a lot of people in the guest house who are staff workers, who are watchmen, they have been excellent too. And with a great deal of humility, I want to tell you that those are the people who keep us going, you know. And I'm very, very grateful for how wonderful they have been, and I want to make sure that I mentioned that to Professor Srivastava and to Vice Chancellor Singh. So, if you were here yesterday, you may have heard me say that my heart is in India, my mind is in Europe, my body is in the US, but my soul is in Africa. So I've done a lot of work in Africa. I read a lot of African literature. And it's a fascination that I've had since I was a very young child. I was one of the few people in a family that read a lot from when I was a child. And my dad had a good friend who in fact was a freedom fighter. And he had always wished that his children would read, and they didn't. And so he subscribed to the National Geographic and sent it to our home because he knew I would be the one person, even when I was like 6 and 7 years old, that I would go through it. And that's the time when this fascination with Africa began for me. And National Geographic was very ethnocentric. I mean, the way it portrayed Africans was not in a very dignified manner, but that was kind of how the West looked at all of us, right? We were natives, we were backwards, we were illiterate, all of us in the global south. It of course has changed now because there's a greater awareness of the fact that that the world apart from the West is also a world full of people who are knowledgeable, who have dignity, who have pride in their well-being. So that's what got me to Africa. And so obviously I read a lot of African authors also. And I'm going to share a proverb with you today. And you might have to listen to it carefully. I will say it twice because every time I use it, I've had to explain it. But the proverb came from a little book called Home and Exile. And if you get a chance, I would encourage you to read it. It's by MCNUJC, who's a Nigerian author. By the way, a lot of Nigerian writers are becoming very prominent. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he got the Nobel Prize for Literature several years ago. And this little book is about commencement addresses. He's invited often to give convocation addresses, and 4 of his convocation addresses are in that book. And Africa, as you might know, is a land full of animals. And so a lot of the proverbs in Africa always invoke animals. The proverbs are about animals very often. You see, this is again how culture and your geography informs who you are, what your language is, and so on. And this proverb goes like this. It says, until the lion gets his own historian, the story of the hunt will glorify only the hunter. So I'll say that one more time. Until the lion gets his own historian, the story of the hunt will glorify only the hunter. Essentially, we never hear about how well the lion fought, right? We always hear about the glory of the hunter. he or she comes back and says, oh, I did this, and I caught the lion, and the lion tried to escape, and I still got him, and I killed him, which is a horrible thing in itself, right? But they take pride in it. We never hear how much the lion fought, right? So why do I mention this to all of you? Because we have lions in our midst. All of us are lions, right? But more than that, we have historians of these lions. So while we might be lions, we have 3 people sitting here at the dais who are historians, right? They are telling our history. They're making sure that we all have our voices heard, and not just the hunter's voice, right? So I would like to especially mention all 3 by name. The distinguished Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Suresh. Another fantastic person who's a historian, Dr. Ambrish Saxena of DME. I'm delighted to get to know him. I'll talk about ICAN in a minute. And then Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary, that I'm just getting to know. And from the introduction from Professor Suresh, I understand that he's a global person, and I'm delighted that I got this chance to meet him. And these are the people who are making sure our histories are told, who are encouraging and motivating us that we have to do our own thing, right? We have to be the voice of our own people. We have to tell our stories, whether it's in journalism or in film or in advertising. It is our stories. These stories belong to us, and we need the world to know about them. I'm also really, really delighted that this particular university is dedicated to journalism and communication. And one of the messages I give wherever I'm in conferences and in my own university when I get a chance to talk, is that people don't realize the centrality of communication, right? And the fact that we have a university in India dedicated completely to communication is a feather in our cap, and I want us to take a lot of pride in it. Because of the fact, and I spoke about this yesterday, a lot of things fail unless you do the communication right. And people think we are unimportant. People think, oh, communication is a soft science. You know, it's not really that important. Physics and chemistry and engineering and all of those are the big sciences, right? Medicine and environmental scientists and so on. Yes, they are. But remember, they're content people. They know their content, but they don't know how to communicate it, right? And in almost, I have traversed the world and done a lot of this kind of work, and I've noticed that when projects fail, they fail because nobody paid attention to communication. So medical practitioners and engineers and architects might think they're communication experts. हम कर लेंगे, उसमें क्या है? This university needs to constantly, by its presence and its voice, spread the word that all of the disciplines need communication. And that's why I'm really proud that we have a historian here in Professor Suresh. As far as ICAN is concerned, and I'm going to stop in a few minutes because I know the time is precious. Not only can I do it, not only can you do it, but we can all do it, right? It's an ICAN in the form of a we can, because we are a collectivistic culture, right? And again, I take you back to Africa. There are these wonderful concepts in Africa. It's Ubuntu. I don't know if you've heard about Ubuntu in South Africa, and Ujamaa in Tanzania, and there are many others in Kenya. Ujamaa was the idea of familyhood, Ubuntu, the idea of unity. The idea that we can do things together, right? That being a family, being a community is really, really important. And therefore I feel that this idea that we can, and I can as a member of this family, do something is just amazing, right? It's an active voice, it's I can do something. And so we have another fantastic historian, right, in Professor Ambrish Saxena, who is making sure that we all know that we can, individually as well as in groups. My last point I want to make is the thing that I'm really interested in very much these days is the environment. And I spoke a lot about it yesterday, so I will not belabor the point. But I just want to say one thing is, just like, a lot of the people of the Global South were dismissed as being not knowledgeable, as being backward, illiterate, having to catch up, right? If you've read any of gosh, his name is slipping me, but his work, he called us laggards. We are behind, we're laggard, right? Now, if you go back to indigenous people's work, which is something I've also become very interested in, we are all going back to the knowledge that the indigenous people had. We are realizing that their knowledge is excellent, right? You go to anyone in a tribal society, they will know every plant. They will know what the medicinal value of that plant is, right? Why? Because their epistemology, their way of knowing is by relationship with nature. The Western world's way of knowing is what they call objectivity and quantitative research largely, right? But there's an intuitive knowing, a knowing through lived experience that indigenous peoples around the world have. And their knowing and their epistemology is relationship with nature. And that is something we need to bring back here. We need to bring back in India this idea, actually the whole world, first about the primacy of indigenous peoples and their knowledge, and learning from them about what the environment is. They never take one more thing from the environment than they need, We, in the more modern, westernized, or quote-developed world, are pretty greedy. We always take more than we need, right? And that's how we've destroyed our environment. So all the young people here, I want to leave you with that message. The environment is in your hand. As communicators, please take it up, all right? And the one thing I told them yesterday was, talk to your Vice Chancellor here as the landscaping is being done, that we must have a garden where the bees and the butterflies can thrive, because they are pollinators. They are the ones who give us our food, right? So I'm going to say that to all the young people here, that we older people have destroyed the world for you. You make it happen, and we want to watch you do it. Thank you so much, everyone.
That was an inspiring speech, ma'am. Thank you again for sharing your ideas and knowledge with us. Now I would like to invite Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary for his keynote address. But before that, I would like to give a brief introduction. Professor Ujjwal Chaudhary is a maverick who travels between communication academics and its practice, between profession and social engagement, between traveling and staying put. Currently the strategic advisor and a professor with Daffodil International University of Dhaka, grant consultant with Kolkata-based Adamas University, and the Secretary of Global Media Education Council. He was till 2021 the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Adamas University and had been earlier the Dean of Symbiosis and Amity Universities, apart from Pearl Academy and Visiting Woods International. He had been a wanderer, working as a media consultant in Nepal, consulting with Amsterdam Film School in Netherlands, working on films for WHO in several nations. He speaks and writes on various platforms and works in civil society initiatives on media, entrepreneurship and democracy. He runs a school for the children of the marginalized communities of the Sundarban area of Bengal in memory of his late mother, Srimati Anu Chaudhary. We are honored to have you with us, sir.
Thank you. A lot has been spoken about the mission and the evolution of ICAN, and also about this beautiful campus. I'll not get into that. मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि आज सुबह 5 बजे से अभी शायद 11:30 बजे हैं, 6 घंटे के ऊपर हो गए शायद। मैं 5 बजे उठा हूँ और 5 बजे इस कैंपस का 2 बार बाय वॉक सॉर्ट ऑफ दौरा किया, और उसके बाद व्यायामशाला में 1.5 घंटा बिताया. I'm really envious of the people who are staying here. ये शायद बहुत उन्होंने बोला होगा पहले भी, लेकिन this has been really a fabulous experience on this campus over the last few hours. I'm just unhappy that I have to go back tomorrow afternoon, but within that, whatever I can say more of, I shall be doing that. विषय में आता हूँ चूँकि समय की बहुत कमी है. I can play from here, right? तो समय की कमी है, मैं स्ट्रेट विषय में आता हूँ. कल्चर आइडेंटिटी इन ग्लोबल मीडिया मीथ वर्सेस रियलिटी, ये विषय मुझे दिया गया था. मैं अंग्रेजी और हिंदी को मिक्स करते हुए बात करूँगा. इसको कई तरह से हम देख सकते हैं. अगर भारतीय संदर्भ में देख सकते हैं बिना डिस्कस किए सिर्फ पॉइंट्स बताने में. इसको अगर भारत के संदर्भ में देखें तो ग्लोबल मीडिया के भारतीय कल्चर के ऊपर क्या प्रभाव है, इंडियन मीडिया का भारतीय नेशनल आइडेंटिटी को डेवलप करने में क्या उसका रोल है, चैलेंजेस ऑफ प्रिजर्विंग ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन कल्चर जो ग्लोबलाइज्ड दुनिया हो रही है, जिसके बारे में थोड़ी देर पहले बताया गया था. कोलोनाइजेशन ऑफ रिसर्च और बहुत सारे वेरी पावरफुल थॉट्स जो यहाँ शेयर किए हुए हैं, उस संदर्भ में भारतीय ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन कल्चर को कैसे हम प्रिजर्व करें. राइज ऑफ न्यू मीडिया particularly in the context of internet, in the context of artificial intelligence, इसका भारतीय कल्चर पे क्या इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, वो होगा. रोल ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल इन शेपिंग कल्चरल आइडेंटिटी, व्यक्ति विशेष का क्या प्रभाव है, एक व्यक्ति का क्या प्रभाव है. हम कई बार जानते हैं स्वामी विवेकानंद, जब मैं रामकृष्ण मिशन में जिंदगी भर पढ़ा हुआ हूँ, स्कूल कपूर एजुकेशन, यूनिवर्सिटी एजुकेशन यादवपुर विश्वविद्यालय में था, और स्वामी विवेकानंद मतलब के माध्यम से भारत और वेदांत फिलोसॉफी को दुनिया ने पहचाना विवेकानंद के माध्यम से. एक व्यक्ति का क्या प्रभाव हो सकता है, ऐसे बहुत सारे हमारे देश के इतिहास में रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर भी हैं और बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. भारत के संदर्भ में बात करते हुए रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन कल्चर एंड पावर, संस्कृति और क्षमता, जो स्टेट पावर, इसकी संपर्क, रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ वीमेन इन द मीडिया and in the media, representation of Dalits and minorities, future of Indian culture in a globalized world, ethical implications of global media. These can be the interpretations of the topic. I'm not getting into it, I'm just exploring what can all be the interpretations. Regional diversity, हम इंडिया बोल के बहुत सारा भूल जाते हैं, भारत बोल के भूल जाते हैं कि असम का चरित्र मध्य प्रदेश के चरित्र में भी बहुत फर्क है, बंगाल का चरित्र और तमिलनाडु के चरित्र में भी फर्क है, और वो डाइवर्सिटी हमारा स्ट्रेंथ है. कल्चरल एप्रोप्रिएशन, कभी कोई एक विशेष कल्चर औरों पे हावी पड़ जाता है. अंग्रेजी भाषा के संदर्भ में या वेस्टर्न कल्चर के संदर्भ में हम जानते हैं हमारे अलग अलग देशों में भी ये चीज हुआ है. इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द इंडियन डायस्पोरा, स्टीरियोटाइपिंग एंड मिसकंसेप्शंस, एम्पावरमेंट थ्रू मीडिया का पॉजिटिव रोल भी है एम्पावरमेंट का, वो भी. तो ये इसमें कोई चर्चा न करते हुए ये 15 डायमेंशंस हो सकते हैं इस टॉपिक का, जो टॉपिक में दिया गया टॉपिक आइडेंटिटी, कल्चर एंड द ग्लोबल मीडिया. अगर ग्लोबल संदर्भ में जाए भारत से निकलकर, सो कल्चर होमोजेनाइजेशन, एक जैसा संस्कृति बन जाना, इसका एक मिथ है. ये सच भी है कि कल्चर थोपा जाता है, पर इसका एक काउंटर भी है. पॉपुलैरिटी ऑफ बॉलीवुड मूवीज अराउंड द वर्ल्ड शोज दैट द ग्लोबल मीडिया कैन बी यूज्ड टू प्रमोट ग्लोबल कल्चर्स एंड आइडेंटिटीज. ये जरूरी नहीं कि बॉलीवुड के फिल्मों के माध्यम से जो भी कुछ दिखाया जाता है वही भारत की पहचान है, लेकिन ये जरूरत ना होते हुए भी भारत का एक बहुत बड़ा सॉफ्ट पावर बॉलीवुड है, भारत का एक बहुत बड़ा सॉफ्ट पावर योगा है, और हम भारतीय सरकार को बधाई देना चाहते हैं कि योगा को, वैसे योगा का परिचय पहले भी था, लेकिन इसको एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल कैरेक्टर देना इंटरनेशनल योगा डे के माध्यम से, यूएन के प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से जून 21 तारीख को जो वो दिया गया है वो बहुत पावरफुल है. और ये समझ में आता है जब 140 देशों में योगा का प्रैक्टिस जब सब शुरू होता है, करीबन 200 प्लस देशों के अंदर, तो समझ में आता है कि किस तरह से एक लोकल ट्रेडिशन इंटरनेशनल बन सकता है. The reality of cultural hybridization, कुछ निकल कर आता है कोई भी देश से, चरित्र थोड़ा बहुत बदल सकता है, लेकिन दुनिया भर में फैल जाता है. Popularity of K-pop music shows the Korean culture hybridized with the Western influences. हमको कोरियन कल्चर का पॉप म्यूजिक को हम जानते हैं, बहुत कुछ सुने भी होंगे. Role of the media in shaping identity. Media can promote stereotypes, which can lead to identity confusion and problems. चिंकी, हम नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न्स के लिए बोलते हैं, बहुत ही गलत तरीका है. कोढ़ी, मैं वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ जिनेवा में और भारत में 2 साल काम किया था, उनके मीडिया एडवाइजर तरीके. और उसमें एक टास्क ये था कि मीडिया के साथ आप ये एक्सप्लोर करें जो एक लेप्रोसी क्यों हो जाने के बाद भी उसको जिंदगी भर क्यों अंग्रेजी में लेपर और हिंदी में कोढ़ी और दक्षिण भारत की भाषा में महारोगी कहा जाता है। क्यों हो जाने के बाद आप में से एक व्यक्ति भी नहीं होगा जिससे कभी न कभी कोई रोग ना हुआ हो, लेकिन क्या आपको फॉर्मर न्यूमोनिया पेशेंट कहा जाएगा जिंदगी भर? आपको फॉर्मर इन्फ्लुएंजा पेशेंट कहा जाएगा जिंदगी भर? एकमात्र लेप्रोसी के लिए होता है। आदमी कंप्लीटली क्योर है, वो कोई किसी भी एंगल से इन्फेक्शियस नहीं है, उसके बाद भी उसको जिंदगी भर कोढ़ी कहा जाता है। दिस उसकी आइडेंटिटी बन जाती है। हमने इस वक्त वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए हमने एक वीडियो बनाई थी, भारत में फिल्म बनाई थी, डॉक्यूमेंट्री। 14 जगहों में गया था भारत के, वो 14 जगह है, उनका नाम ये लेप्रोसी कॉलोनी, कोंडवा लेप्रोसी कॉलोनी पुणे, इस तरह एड्रेस ही है, ऑफिशियल एड्रेस। और कौन रहते हैं? कोढ़ी लोग रहते हैं, लेपर लोग रहते हैं, लेकिन एक भी बीमार आदमी नहीं है। देश में लेप्रोसी ऑलमोस्ट गायब है, लेकिन देश में आपको जानते हैं 90 लाख से ज्यादा लोग इस तरह से विलेजेस में अलग से रहते हैं, एक्सक्लूडेड हुआ है समाज से। तो इस तरह से स्ट्रीट वर्कर्स को हम लोग फिल्मों में दिखाते हैं काले रंग के, उनके नाम से मालूम पड़ता है कि वो दलित बैकग्राउंड के। क्यों? स्ट्रीट वर्कर को एक दलित संप्रदाय के काले रंग का व्यक्ति को हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट नहीं दिखाते, नॉर्मल नहीं दिखाते, पावरफुल पुलिस ऑफिसर नहीं दिखाते, नॉर्मल नहीं दिखाते। तो मीडिया के बहुत बड़ा शेपिंग आइडेंटिटी में रोल है। Challenges of preserving cultural diversity in a globalized world. Promotion of education and cultures and travel can help preserve cultural diversity. जितना ज़्यादा घूमेंगे, मैंने अपने यूनिवर्सिटी का कोई परिचय नहीं दिया, लेकिन वेलकम कर रहा हूँ। जब आप बांग्लादेश आएंगे, एक पॉइंट सर ने बताया, हमारे माननीय कुलपति ने बताया, एकमात्र एक देश जो धर्म के नाम पे आर्टिफिशियली टूटा तो था भारत से, लेकिन भाषा के नाम से ऑर्गेनिकली बना है। धर्म वाला आर्टिफिशियल था, इनॉर्गेनिक था, तोपा हुआ था। पाकिस्तान के लिए वो सच भी हो, बांग्लादेश के लिए क्या पूर्व पाकिस्तान जिसका नाम है उसके लिए सच नहीं था। तो उसका प्रूफ है 1947 में भारत का विभाजन हुआ और 52 से भाषा के आंदोलन, कल्चर का आंदोलन शुरू हो गया। और 52 में 14 बच्चों को, ढाका यूनिवर्सिटी के 14 बच्चों को, मुझे अभी भी कहते हुए मतलब आई हैव इमोशनल इम्पैक्ट, 14 बच्चों को गोली मार दी गई थी वेस्ट पाकिस्तान के सोल्जर्स द्वारा, जिसके नाम से 21 फरवरी को, जिसके नाम से हमारे फायर रॉक के रामानो 21 फरवरी आमी की बुलीते पारी, that became the anthem song, that became the anthem song of the language movements of Bangladesh, that of East Pakistan, that led to the birth of Bangladesh in 1971. ये बड़ी आनंद की बात है। 3 लाख से ज्यादा बांग्लादेशियों को मारा गया उस आंदोलन, उस लड़ाई में जिसका नाम मुक्ति युद्ध है, बांग्लादेश मुक्ति युद्ध। लेकिन आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू से my father was a part of the Indian army that went, my father as a doctor was a part of the Indian army, but 2992 2992 Indian soldiers ने भी जान दिया बांग्लादेश के जन्म के लिए। तो that has been a fabulous thing, and that has led to the whole world recognizing the importance of mother language, मातृभाषा के महत्व को दुनिया भर में, और वो भी यूएन के माध्यम से 21 फरवरी को दुनिया भर में मदर लैंग्वेज डे बोला है। तो ये जब हम जानते हैं, जब आप लोग आएंगे, आप लोग बहुत लोग आएंगे, आई एम श्योर ढाका में कुलपति जी आएंगे, अमरीश जी आएंगे, शायद मैथिली गंजू मैडम आएंगे, और भी बहुत लोग आएंगे। हम आपको ले जाएंगे जहाँ पर उन बच्चों को गोली मारा गया था, वहाँ पे एक मॉन्यूमेंट खड़ा गया शहीद विधि नाम से, और बांग्लादेश का एक प्राइमरी स्कूल के अपना मिनिएचर शहीद विधि बनाया हुआ है, एक प्राइमरी स्कूल की, इतना उनको उसमें उनका अटैचमेंट है। ये कब जानेंगे हम जब ट्रैवल करते हैं, ये कब जानेंगे? मैं वियतनाम जाके, वियतनाम कुछ उदाहरण बाद में आएगा, वियतनाम जाके ऐसी चीजें जाना अभी 1 महीने पहले जो मैंने पिछले 56-57 साल में नहीं जाना। तो only when we travel this sort of local aspects come up. Ethical implications of global media. Yes, media should not promote violence, hate speech, discrimination, and we know that media has often violated this. Shifting cultural values. Global media often promotes consumerism, materialism, and individualism, which may conflict with the traditional values in modern nation. अभी अफ्रीका का उदाहरण उन्होंने दिया है। उबंटू मतलब वो कुछ बच्चों को दौड़ने बोला है, एक बच्चा आगे चला गया और जाके पीछे मुड़ने देखा, बच्चे लोग पीछे रह गए, वापस आ गए, आगे फिर एक साथ चलने लगे गोल की तरह। ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, united we stand and therefore we are strong, this is completely antithetic to the Western concept of you compete to win. होड़ बचपन से वही हम भी सिखाने अपने बच्चे को जन्म से प्रतियोगिता होड़ तो खून में घुसा है ऐसी हमारा जन्म ही हुआ है जिंदगी भर incessant continuous होड़ में रहना मरते वक्त होड़ में मरते वक्त भी डेड बॉडी पहले किसका जलेगा उसमें ऐसे देके घूस देके आगे बढ़ना ये and I have faced it because my mother passed away in Gobind I was asked 2000 रुपये का खर्चा कर दो आगे चला जाएगा डेड बॉडी क्योंकि किस डेड बॉडी के पीछे हम खड़े थे लाइन से लोग मार रहे थे नवंबर 2020 लाइन से लोग मार रहे थे I faced this is we have brought a sense of competition so much भैया छोटी बहन जन्म लेता है तो मौसा की बोलते बड़ी बहन ज़्यादा खूबसूरत थी ज़्यादा गोरी थी मतलब इतने हद तक हम लोग चले गए anyway we'll not go into time and that this individualism this materialism this consumerism this sense of competition is what the West has taught us West में बहुत ही अच्छी चीज़ है मैं ऐसा टिपिकल नेगेशन थ्योरी में नहीं विश्वास करता है बहुत सारे पॉजिटिव्स हैं और अंग्रेजी को जाना भी चाहिए वो भी सही है लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी मैं कह रहा हूँ हमारे वैल्यूज को हम क्यों नहीं प्रिजर्व कर पा रहे सो शिफ्टिंग दैट्स वन अनदर एस्पेक्ट दैट वी एक्सप्लोर इन द ग्लोबल कॉन्टेक्स्ट मिथ ऑफ होमोजेनाइजेशन हम लोग होमोजेनाइजेशन की बोलते हैं राइज ऑफ K-pop in the global music industry showcases how a distinct cultural expression, this is Korea, gained international popularity fostering cultural diversity. अब अमेरिका में भी कोरियन पॉप पॉपुलर है इस तरह के बॉलीवुड फिल्म वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में काफी पॉपुलर है मिथ ऑफ कल्चरल इम्पीरियलिज्म कुछ हद तक तो है कल्चरल इम्पीरियलिज्म एक बार लेकिन अभी पॉपुलरिटी ऑफ द जापानीज एनिमे इन वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज डेमोन्स्ट्रेट्स हाउ कल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स फ्रॉम डिफरेंट रीजन्स कैन गेन global acceptance and appreciation. So there are many such things that have global acceptance global care. Panther, Black Panther, myth of reinforcing stereotype. Kala, Mathabi, less intelligent, less intellectual, physical laborer, street cleaner. That is our housekeeping guys. That's the image that has been there in Western media. The movie Black Panther broke the stereotypes about African culture and presented a powerful representation of African identity in mainstream Bollywood. Time for a global film with an Indian theme. Black Panther, like Avatar, was a global success story. It went around the world, earned billions of dollars, like Avatar. हमारे देश का पूरे before pandemic की बात कर रहा हूँ, अब तो थोड़ा बहुत आगे पीछे हो गया because of the changing nature of consumer behavior in media. But pandemic के पहले करीबन आपका 8 या 9 बिलियन डॉलर इंडियन इंडस्ट्री 900 फिल्म मिलकर 8 या 9 बिलियन डॉलर था अवतार आपने देखा होगा कोई अवतार हिंदी में भी आई है बहुत देखो भाषा में अवतार बोलते हैं वो लोग अवतार जो भी बोलिए दैट फिल्म 27 लैंग्वेजेस में डब हुई है दैट फिल्म अकेला 7.5 बिलियन डॉलर थे अकेला 7.5 बिलियन डॉलर थे हमारी पूरी मीडिया इंडस्ट्री फिल्म इंडस्ट्री 8 से 9 बिलियन वाज द हाईएस्ट in 2019 वो लेवल अभी तक आया नहीं है क्योंकि हमारा नजर अब OTT में चला गया वो अलग बात है सो क्या हम ग्लोबल फिल्म में इंडियन फिल्म बना सकते हैं जो ग्लोबली पॉपुलर हो 7 बिलियन जैसा 6 बिलियन जैसा लाइफ ऑफ पाई है स्लमडॉग मिलियनेयर है पर स्लमडॉग मिलियनेयर वही वेस्टर्न कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंडिया को आगे बढ़ाया इट हैज नॉट गिवन अ रियली ट्रूली इंडियन स्टोरी I mean, for example, just एक मोमेंट के लिए बोलूँगा, स्लमडॉग मिलियनेयर में जो धारावी दिखा दिया, उसी धारावी से बिलियनेयर बिजनेसमैन निकला है. There is an example, documented example. वो स्टोरी को लाई, that is Indian story. That is Indian story. लेकिन वो बोला नहीं, आशा करते करने को भी होगा. Myth of cultural misappropriation. इसका भी एक मजेदार है. The fashion industry's adoption of traditional indigenous designs has also provided a platform to indigenous artists. अभी इंडियन फैशन को काफी अच्छा एक्सेप्टेंस मिला है. मैं अभी से करीब 2010 या 11 में गया था यूएस न्यूयॉर्क के फैशन जितने भी शोज हैं शॉप्स हैं वेस्टर्न ड्रेस ज़्यादा दिखते हैं अभी मेरे फ्रेंड ने गया वो बहुत सारे वीडियो फैशन डिजाइनर है वीडियोस भेजा अब हम 20-25% इंडियन फैशन ड्रेस देखते हैं इंडियन फैशन शोकेस देखते हैं मतलब जो बाहर में शोकेसिंग होता है वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको वो जो पहने हुए रहते हैं तो अभी हम देखते हैं कि बहुत सारे इंडियन फैशन भी दिखते हैं या मिक्स फ्यूजन फैशन भी दिखते हैं ग्लोबल मीडिया गिविंग स्पेस टू डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ कल्चर्स एंड आइडेंटिटी आई मीन YouTube और पॉडकास्ट एक बहुत बड़ा एग्जांपल है YouTube दुनिया का सेकंड सर्च इंजन है सेकंड लार्जेस्ट आफ्टर गूगल एंड YouTube में अब वेस्टर्न कंटेंट के बाहर का नॉन वेस्टर्न कंटेंट डोमिनेटिंग है और उसमें बहुत एशियन एंड अफ्रीकन कंटेंट This is also another example that there is a diversity of culture happening at the global level. Trends in global media regarding diversity of culture and identity. कुछ उदाहरण. Reality of cultural fusion and identity. Global popularity of fusion cuisine. आप भारतीय खाना के साथ विदेशी खाना का मिक्स होते हुए वो देखा है. उसी तरह चाइनीज खाने के साथ जैन क्या जैन चाइनीज. देख आप लोगों को मालूम होगा चाइनीज खाना जिसमें अदरक और लहसुन नहीं है, जैन चाइनीज. The Chinese people will wake up to know what is this. But that's good. That's good. And many Indian food have gone to the Western world and have taken a new route. So sushi, burritos, kimchi tacos, Jain Chinese showcases how culinary traditions blend to create exciting new dishes. तो मेरा जो कहना है, this time is not the time for pure exclusivist culture, but inclusivist culture, or blend, or fusion, synthesis, जो भी बोले, लेकिन preserve अपना बना करना भी साथ-साथ. Reality of identity and confusion. The controversy surrounding the casting of non-Indian actors in leading roles in Bollywood movie highlights the ongoing challenge of representation in global media. Same चीज भारतीय एक्टर जब बॉलीवुड में गए थे शुरू में प्रॉब्लम हुआ, लेकिन आप धीरे-धीरे उसमें से कभी भी आए, प्रियंका चोपड़ा है, बहुत इरफान खान हुए, बहुत बार आ रहे सामने. Cultural dialogue and understanding. The success of the TV series Sense8, which features diverse characters from various countries, fosters empathy and appreciation for different cultures. एक ही serial series में 6 देशों के characters हैं, 6 countries के characters हैं, और अलग-अलग characters हैं, लेकिन वो 6 origin अलग-अलग हैं, और वो अपने culture को भी represent कर रहे हैं एक तरह से. इससे काफी हद तक वो बढ़ता है, क्या कहते हैं, एक तरह का bond हो, एक तरह का understanding बढ़ता है. और ये जरूरी है कि अगर मौका मिले तो लोगों को अलग शहर में जाके पढ़ना चाहिए, कभी-कभी अलग देश में भी जाके पढ़ना चाहिए. इससे काफी घुल-मिल बढ़ता है. एक्सपोर्ट अगर एनालिसिस करें जल्दी से, स्ट्रेंथ्स इंडियन, हम लोग ये जानते हैं, सब लोग से रिमाइंड कर रहे हैं, India is a large and growing population of young people who are increasingly connected to the internet and social media. This is global media का impact बढ़ रहा है. India is a growing middle class with increasing disposable income, which is leading to greater demand for Indian cultural products as well. इसीलिए OTT में, इसीलिए Netflix में ये stories काफी आ गए. Otherwise, we were served Amazon, Netflix of the Western content only so far. It's only in the last few years, and particularly post-pandemic, the demand for Indian content in OTT platforms have come up. Rich cultural heritage, including art, music, dance, literature, and spirituality, has increased around the world. Strengths: Bollywood and Indian cinema have massive global following and are successful in promoting Indian culture. ये बड़ी बात है कि दंगल भारत में कम बिका, विदेश में ज़्यादा बिका, including China, mainly China. दंगल अगर 2200 करोड़ का टोटल बिजनेस हुआ, भारत में 900 करोड़ है और 1300 करोड़ बाहर है. India's entertainment industry is experiencing rapid growth in various sectors, including television, web, and streaming platforms. 50 million Indian diaspora. इसकी कैपेसिटी हमने पूरी तरह अभी तक एक्सप्लोर नहीं किया. हम इंडियन डायस्पोरा को पैसे के लिए देखते हैं, भाई हमारे देश में इन्वेस्ट करो, हमारे परिवार में जो शादी हो रही है उसमें पैसे दो, मतलब पैसे की वजह से देखते हैं. और बहुत सारे एंगल्स हैं. The way Chinese use their diaspora spread across the world, Indian cultural elements have already penetrated global communities. Weaknesses: India's language diversity can be a challenge. बहुत सारी भाषाएं. अभी बांग्लादेश में आते हैं, एक भाषा जानो तो पूरा देश मिल गया. लेकिन भारत में एक विदेशी आकर एक भाषा जानने से नहीं होगा, केवल अंग्रेजी जानने से भी नहीं होगा, केवल हिंदी जानने से भी नहीं होगा. Trilingual policy is compulsory in India. Hindi, English compulsory, and one language, wherever it is Hindi, it will be third language will be Urdu, and wherever it's not Hindi, Bangla, Tamil, Telugu, whatever. Indian cultural products often lack the production value. That's true. और उसका बड़ा example ये है कि total cinema का जो film industry का $2 trillion is the turnover of Hollywood, हमारा $8 billion है. जबकि हमारा number of films is 1/3 more than the Hollywood. They have 600 plus films, we have 900 plus films. So, in spite of that, तो उससे समझ में आता है कि production का cost कितना कम है. India's government has been accused of censorship, which could stifle. That is also sometimes a problem. That some of the issues get censored, and this is not nothing to do with the current government. Only censorship has been there from earlier government. किस्सा कुछ का अगर आप भूल गए तो मैं याद दिला दूँ. The global media landscape is heavily influenced by Western culture and content, making it challenging for Indian media to gain widespread recognition. Understandable, lack of global promotion beyond Bollywood. एकमात्र Bollywood promote हुआ है, बाकी हमारे areas कम promote हुए. Opportunities. Rise of the streaming services is is creating new opportunities for Indian content to reach a global audience. A streaming service आकर हमें काफी हद तक बढ़ा है. अभी अच्छे न्यूज़ और खराब न्यूज़ आप मणिपुर को जान रहे हैं स्ट्रीमिंग सर्विस के माध्यम से और बहुत लोगों की सक्सेस स्टोरी जान रहे गाँव वालों के स्ट्रीमिंग सर्विस के माध्यम से. ये जो पद्मश्री एट द ग्रासरूट बोल के जो सरकार ने बहुत सारे लोगों को पद्मश्री दिया, ग्रासरूट लोगों को एकदम जिनको हम जानते भी नहीं थे, वो आज इंटरनेट के कारण यूट्यूब के कारण आप लोग जान गए. तो उसका पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव दोनों ही है. The growing popularity of yoga and meditation is providing platform for Indian culture to be introduced to new audiences. Opportunities in India's growing economic power give more influence. Obviously, when you are the 5th largest economy and the largest population. Yesterday I was writing on my Facebook. I started working full-time at the age of 27, exactly 30 years ago. So between 27 and 57, in these 30 years, the population of India grew from 93 crores to 144 crores. In this period itself. Just 45 crores, 55 crores almost grow here. So see. Soft power diplomacy, India can leverage cultural identity, niche and regional content. International audiences are increasingly seeking unique and diverse Indian regional content. Malayalam content, Bangla content, Marathi content का unique market है. दुनिया भर में unique Telugu content, जबरदस्त market है. और बाहुबली, one of the largest, in fact the largest in of any India-made cinema is Bahubali. That's also because it is in 4 languages, dubbed in 4 languages. Dangal was available in Hindi only. In China they had Chinese dubbing, that's a separate thing. But Bahubali was in 4 languages, and therefore audiences had many Indian audiences and Indian diaspora had many choices. So niche content अभी काफी आगे बढ़ा है. Some examples, Bollywood film Bahubali was a global box office success, more than 1 billion. That is very big success because the total of Indian cinema has been 8 billion, 9 billion, 7 to 8 billion already. Netflix series Sacred Games with critical and commercial success becoming one of the most popular shows in the streaming service. Indian music industry is one of the largest. Indian artists like Priyanka and Rahman becoming increasingly popular. Indian fashion, Sabyasachi Mukherjee, Manish Malhotra and many others. I mean, they are the brands of India in a way. Strategies nation use to balance influence of global culture, promote local content. Bangladesh Indian cinema को 2-4 जब पठान जैसे 2-4 को छोड़ के Indian cinema बैन किया हुआ है, officially नहीं देख सकते आप. Language preservation, Vietnam having all education in Vietnam is medium. कोई भी English medium school नहीं है, पूरे के पूरे Vietnamese medium है, but English is one subject from the primary. Cultural education, Bangladesh studies नाम का basically culture, history, economic का जो है वो compulsory course of every course, compulsory every course. Engineering, medical course तो भी Bangladesh studies पढ़ना पड़ेगा. That's the point. Cultural festivals and events, Cambodia का New Year एक सप्ताह व्यापी celebration है, लेकिन 1st January of the year 2-3 घंटे का celebration है. यानी 1st January में छुट्टी भी नहीं है, 1st January में छुट्टी भी नहीं है. लेकिन उनका जो न्यू ईयर है अप्रैल 14 अप्रैल 15 अप्रैल के आसपास जो हमारे इंडियन कैलेंडर के साथ भी मिलता है, that's a 1 week celebration there. Regulations and quotas, compulsory screening of Nepali films in Nepal in at least 2 shows a day in a hall. आप hall तभी बोल सकते हो 4 शो में कम से कम 2 शो नेपाली दिखा रहा है, बाकी 2 शो आप कहीं कभी दिखाओ. Digital archiving and documentation, cultural diplomacy, Dubai Expo, आप शायद बहुत लोग गए होंगे Dubai Expo में भी गया था. Dubai Expo stalls having respective national cultural and performance content. हर शो में उस देश का specific कुछ cultural aspects was presented. That was a very good thing because almost 93 countries का stalls थे, and you could see their cultural the diversity. Tourism promotion, Australia and New Zealand actively promoting Hollywood shoot. Spanish tourism and जिंदगी मिलेगा ना दोबारा का contract है, आप जानते हैं किस तरह से स्पेन को दिखाएगा जिंदगी मिलेगा ना दोबारा में. India tomorrow in global and media culture, Indian professionals could be in global media aggressively. एक बहुत बड़ा point है, लोग people, the whole world is aging, except the major nations of the world, Japan, Germany, US, UK, they are aging, they are becoming old, and they are looking at India because we are the largest populated country, and 54% of our population is below 25 years. 67, 2/3 of the population is below 35 years. They are looking at India for talent, and there. A large number, I stayed in Dubai for 1 year working with the core media, and I've seen there a large number of event managers, advertising professionals, television professionals, or public relations professionals, corporate communication professionals, designers are Indian origin there. So can we create that talent? MCNUJC and DNA has a big role in that. To create that talent which floods the whole world. And in that, like Piyush Pandey has brought the Rajasthan images in global advertising also. He has used that Rajasthan imagery of the deserts of Rajasthan, even global advertising also, for MNC, for multinational products. Indian themes in global cinema, Bollywood particularly, and Bollywood to take Indian themes to world more. I mean, Dangal, Bahubali, Jaisa aur chahiye. Indian television content dubbed all the supers around the world. Africa, I've gone to Nigeria, I've gone to Kenya, I've gone to Ethiopia, I've gone to South Africa, and Ghana in Africa. And everywhere I found at least one channel which has dubbed Indian television shows in their language, or are using supers and showing India, even Mahabharata and Ramayana, even then. Greater support for Indian artists and creators and make them world over, take them world over. Pravasi Bharatiya Divas abroad and in India to be more active. शायद थोड़ा बहुत प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस ठंडा पड़ गया अभी पहले से नहीं रहा. India to be a hub of Afro-Asian education. Western education has become very expensive and unaffordable, whereas the Indian education has gone up in quality. There are challenges here, but then certain institutions have gone up very much in quality. Keywords ranking में, the Times Higher Education ranking में बहुत सारे institutes आ गए. Can we become the hub of Afro-Asian education, which is not as expensive as the West, but reasonably or comparably or comparative in the quality. Indian digital expertise to be leveraged aggressively. दुनिया भर में भारतीय IT industry, digital industry काफी accepted है. उसका एक कारण ये भी, उसका प्रमाण ये भी है कि टॉप 10 IT कंपनी में 8 कंपनी के CEO अब दुनिया में भारतीय मूल के लोग हैं. So that also shows that there is a huge possibility of utilizing Indian digital expertise to be leveraged aggressively. Incredible India campaign to be reinvented. Incredible India has been a. जब भी मैंने किसी को दुनिया में पूछा, मैंने अभी तक 39 कंट्रीज गया, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं गया, 200 से ज़्यादा देश हैं दुनिया में, लेकिन जिस देश में भी गया है, जब मैंने पूछा भारत को कहाँ से जाने हो, one of the common answers, still in Bollywood को लोग बोलते हैं, लेकिन one common answer was Incredible India in recent times. पिछले 10-15 साल, 15-20 साल के अंदर, 15 साल के अंदर Incredible India. शायद इसको हमें रीइन्वेंट करना जरूरी है. वैसे रशिया में जब गए थे तब उनसे पूछा था कि इंडिया बोलते क्या दिमाग में आता है, तब उन्होंने मजे की बात थी, बहुत पुराना है लेकिन आप लोग शायद अभी की जनरेशन में याद नहीं होगा, उन्होंने राज कपूर की और नरगिस की बात की थी. और जब उन्होंने इथियोपिया में पूछा तो पहले इंडिया फ्रॉम वेयर, इंडिया, शाहरुख खान, that was the first answer, point they say, and entire Middle East, Shahrukh Khan. So that's good, but that's the power of the Indian Bollywood. Incredible India campaign to be reinvented, regional cinema, TV and media to go global, more aggressive promotion and practice of yoga. Yoga has been a great success to take India world over. Thank you very much for your patience and time. हमारे कल्चर दुनिया भर में स्टेट है और आप ही के लोगों से हमारा कम्युनिकेशन, हमारा मीडिया दुनिया भर में जाए. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful presentation and for setting the tone for the conference. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ministry Maheshwari, Associate Professor and Associate Convener of ICAN6 to share your views with us.
Thank you sir, thank you so much. The final gratitude which I wanted to pay to on behalf of the management, faculty, students, staff of Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida. I thank Professor K.D. Suresh, Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal Chaturvedi University for giving us this platform and joining hands with us for co-hosting this international conference ICAN6 at MCU BHOPAL. I also express my heartiest gratitude to Professor Pavitra Srivastava and his talented team for the meticulous planning and smooth functioning conduct of the conference at MCU. To name a few, Professor Sasikala, Professor Monica Verma, Professor Dr. Ramdeep Tanki, Dr. Ranjan, Dr. Urvashi, Dr. Rahul, Dr. Osha, Dr. Nair, and all the other faculty members, including Naranaji, for conducting this conference in a best manner. And this was the best experience we had here. Thank you so much. My sincere gratitude to all these students who are here and who have given their papers and will be seeing their presentation in the technical sessions. It was a pleasure working with all of you, and we hope that in the near future we will collaborate for more such academic discourse and discussions. I would also like to thank all these scholars again for being here, and we wish that you will be publishing your papers in our books and journals. We are fortunate to be here at Asia's first and India's largest media university, Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal campus. A big round of applause for the MCNUJC. Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting us.
I would like to invite the Registrar of Motilal Chaturvedi University, Dr. Avinash Vajpayee, for a formal vote of thanks.
ये 2 दिवसीय अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी में हमारे बीच मियामी यूनिवर्सिटी से पधारी प्रोफेसर ज्योतिका रामप्रसाद जी, DME से पधारे प्रोफेसर अमरीश सक्सेना सर, बांग्लादेश से हमारे बीच पधारे प्रोफेसर उज्जवल चौधरी सर, हमारे अपने कुलपति प्रोफेसर KG सुरेश सर, यहाँ उपस्थित सभी शिक्षक साथी, विद्यार्थी एवं अन्य सहभागिता कर रहे प्रतिभागी। मैं सर्वप्रथम DME से पधारे प्रोफेसर अमरीश सक्सेना सर का और उनकी पूरी टीम का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ कि उन्होंने माखनलाल चतुर्वेदी राष्ट्रीय पत्रकारिता एवं संचार विश्वविद्यालय को यह अवसर प्रदान किया कि हम अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी में सहभागी हो सकें और हम एक सहयोगी के रूप में आपके साथ जुड़ सकें। मैं आभारी हूँ प्रोफेसर ज्योतिका रामप्रसाद जी का कि आप हमारे बीच इतना लंबा US से चलकर यहाँ पर आई और हमारे विद्यार्थियों को लगातार 2 दिनों से, हमारे शिक्षकों को, हमारे स्कॉलर्स को आपने संबोधित किया और रिसर्च की नई विधाओं के बारे में जानकारी दी। मैं आभारी हूँ बांग्लादेश से पधारे हमारे बीच प्रोफेसर उज्जवल चौधरी सर का सानिध्य हमें पूर्व में भी प्राप्त होता रहा है कि आप भी यहाँ पर पधारे और हमारे शोधार्थियों को नए शोधों के बारे में ज्ञानवर्धन किया। मैं अत्यंत आभारी हूँ हमारे कुलपति प्रोफेसर KG सुरेश सर का हमेशा ये आग्रह होता है, सर बार बार ये कहते हैं कि जब भी कोई भोपाल आता है तो हम उसको यहाँ लाने का प्रयास करते हैं। जब ऐसे लोग आते हैं तो हमारे बीच, तो सर ने एक अवसर ये विश्वविद्यालय को प्रदान किया कि विश्वविद्यालय के शोधार्थी, विश्वविद्यालय के शिक्षक, विद्यालय के विद्यार्थी इससे लाभान्वित हो सकें। मैं सर का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। इस ICAN को कर रही पूरी टीम का मैं हृदय से आभारी हूँ कि उन्होंने इसका बहुत सुंदर आयोजन यहाँ पर किया। एक बार पुनः मैं आप सभी का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत।